Hey guys, this is Gunsha. I would like to ask you one question. Have you ever been to a museum exhibit where you spent an extra half an hour simply deciding which direction to move and which objects closely to observe due to the infinite number of works displayed? Well, if you are someone like me, I bet you have. Today, I will take you yet to another museum exhibit known as the Jewelry Exhibition at the South Kensington Museum, which holds a profound number of artistic works. Wait, it's no longer 1857, so the museum's name can't be South Kensington. Actually, when the museum was first opened in 1857, it was called South Kensington Museum. However, when Queen Victoria laid the foundation stone at the construction site of the new building in 1899, the museum's name was changed to Queen Victoria and Albert Museum. This exhibit will not require you to critically think and decide which direction to move, as the exhibition has an excellent flow. I know. You, as a person tired of spending extra time deciding which objects to observe, may be head to toe excited. Calm down for a minute. This perfect exhibit that holds exceptional artistic works ranging from ancient times up until the modern day has one serious problem. You probably couldn't have expected less to hear this, but the issue is the same exact perfect flow we're talking about. And yes, you heard me right. Let's discover why. Before even entering the exhibit, visitors can see shining glasses in a dim hall with neon blue light at its far end. As these features are unusual for typical exhibits, they are already drawn in without even knowing what kind of jewelry awaits them inside. With their delicate design and unusual origin, every artistic work is charming. We all know that often in exhibits people have control over the displays as they get to pick and choose which objects to closely observe. Let me be honest with you. In this part of the museum, rather than people choosing, the exhibit itself seems to decide which objects we as viewers should treat as important. Unusual glass framing of some jewelry immediately grabs visitors' attention. Therefore, due to its design, two semicircular, large, tube-like glass frames located at the center of the exhibit appear to be visitors' first destination for closely observing jewelry pieces. Visitors tend to stand long, admiring the jewelry, as the distinctive framing implies that these works must be noteworthy. Guiding audiences' attention to specific artistic pieces does not always require unfamiliar glass framing. When going through the ordinary displays on each side of the exhibit, one tends to pause and look at the Millennium Bridge jewelry. Don't be fooled to think that this piece is extraordinary in its appearance compared to other artistic works. It's simply a multi-row white necklace made out of iron wire. Yet, as the object is preserved inside a glass located within a glass framing, we as visitors unconsciously start regarding this piece as an object worth closely looking at. Another way the museum guides our attention to certain objects is by its use of lights. Of course, in a dark hall, you will need lights to make the objects visible. However, the concern is that not all objects receive equal number of lights in the exhibition. Difference in the lights used establishes a form of hierarchy among the jewelry pieces. Often in the exhibition, one finds jewelry covered with diamonds and other highly valued gemstones to be under higher form of lighting compared to jewelry with less of these precious stones. Queen Victoria's coronet, for example, which is fully made out of diamonds and sapphire, uses 28 light bulbs for its presentation. On the other hand, only around 68 light bulbs are used to display multiple earrings from Russia and the Balkans that are primarily made from silver-plated copper, gilded silver, and brass wire. Therefore, by creating different form of lighting based on the jewelry's material worth, the exhibition seems to evoke the visitor's sense that the jewelry with precious stones must be considered elite in comparison to other decorative pieces. If you ever thought that an exhibition doesn't have to become extra creative to attract visitors' attention, then you are right. Sometimes all that is required to provoke human interest in objects is their appropriate visual representation using aesthetic considerations. This exhibit successfully draws the audience to certain collections by simply organizing artistic works in appealing visual patterns. With the help of these patterns, standing afar, visitors can still find the jewelry alluring even without knowing the design and artistic features of each individual work. When going through the exhibit, visitors likely can easily recall observing the Townshend Gems ring collection. Coming across this display, most visitors appear to either stop and observe the collection or take photos of it. This behavior is caused because all the rings presented in the collection seem to constitute the pattern of creating concentric circles. Not surprisingly, most visitors will not recall their encounter with the collection of rings from 1700. While each of these rings are also intriguing in their own way, general visitors won't pay close attention to these pieces as they do not follow a decorative presentational pattern. Therefore, this display simply appears to be a collection of unappealing rings from the first glance. Appeal through visual representation doesn't end in only creating patterns, however. It further extends to grouping jewelry based on their similar colors. In the exhibit, when glancing over the side displays, human eyes seem to pause when they encounter two distinct jewelry collections because of their coherent color groupings. While one collection seems to thematize multiple shades of red, the other collection primarily uses turquoise color when grouping jewelry. At the same time, the collection of tiara and multiple spray pins and brooches display stands out to most visitors as the pieces are all made from glowing white colored stones. It's important to note that these collections are not all part of a one jewelry set. Rather, they are distinctive works by different artists from the similar time period. The white color based collection of jewelry, for example, consists of artistic pieces designed during the later naturalism period from 1850 to 1880. When objects are presented in a certain organizational manner, whether it's through creating patterns or grouping similar colored items, visitors seem to approach the artistic work because of its overall beautiful representation. Therefore, this manner of directing visitors' attention strengthens beliefs that jewelry must be primarily about obtaining an outer form of beauty rather than serving more meaningful purposes like self-expression. To conclude with, I would like to say the following. Through the predetermined path, the curators guarantee that its visitors will leave the exhibit with fascination and awe. However, establishing such path doesn't give the opportunity for visitors to think for themselves about the role of jewelry in their lives, just like it doesn't allow them to freely move through the exhibit. This literal predetermined path of the exhibit therefore corresponds metaphorically to reinforcing our already existing thoughts and beliefs about jewelry. By its unusual glass framings, additional lights, and organization of artistic pieces using aesthetic considerations, the exhibit reinforces the idea that the beautiful jewelry must be luxurious, dazzling, and appealing to the eye. It provides the higher level of thought that beauty can be found in simplicity of the jewelry. Thank you very much for watching my account of the jewelry exhibition. See you next time.